In the summer of 1974, a 16-year-old Japanese-Korean boy from a poor fishing village in Kyushu stood before his teacher at a California high school, where he was a foreign exchange student. The teacher asked about his life plan. The boy reached into his pocket and pulled out a sheet of paper. On it was a hand-drawn timeline, stretching 50 years into the future. It included details. Found company by age 20, build $100 million fortune by 30, establish a global digital empire by 40. The teacher was speechless. The boy, Masayoshi's son, had just mapped what would become one of the most audacious, volatile, and consequential journeys in modern capitalism, one that would culminate in the creation of a $100 billion investment vehicle unlike anything the world had seen. Chapter 1. The $10,000 invention that started it all. Sun returned to Japan for university but remained obsessed with America's Silicon Valley. In 1976, as a student at UC Berkeley, he had no money but saw opportunity everywhere. He noticed that a popular electronic game, Space Invaders, was missing from Japanese arcades. He contacted the manufacturer, secured distribution rights, and with a $10,000 investment from his family, imported the machines. Within months, he turned that $10,000 into over $1 million. But this wasn't about money, it was about pattern recognition. Sun saw that technology moved faster than culture, and arbitraging that gap could be immensely profitable. He used his profits to fund another college invention, a multilingual pocket translator. He sold the patent to Sharp for $1.7 million. By age 23, he had returned to Japan, not as a student, but as a millionaire entrepreneur with a Silicon Valley mindset in a country still dominated by Zaibatsu conglomerates. Chapter 2. The $1 million meeting with Bill Gates and the birth of SoftBank. In 1980, Sun founded SoftBank with a simple, radical mission: to be the king of the information revolution. The name combines software and bank. He envisioned providing the capital infrastructure for the digital age. For a decade, he built slowly, becoming Japan's leading software distributor. The real turning point came in 1995. Sun secured a meeting with a then-rising but not yet dominant tech figure, Bill Gates. During their discussion, Gates sketched his vision of the Internet's future on a whiteboard. Sun was mesmerized. He immediately understood this wasn't just another technology. This was a fundamental rewiring of human civilization. He returned to Japan and embarked on a historic buying spree. Using SoftBank's inflated stock as currency during Japan's bubble economy, he invested $200 million in over 100 Internet companies in just 2 years. Most failed spectacularly, but one investment would redefine his destiny and the entire venture capital industry. Chapter 3. The $20 million bet that became a $150 billion return in 1999. A young Stanford PhD named Jerry Yang was running a small internet directory called Yahoo. Sun recognized that Yahoo was becoming the gateway to the web. Asked Yang, "How much do you need to beat your competitors globally?" Yang cautiously suggested $50 million. Sun replied, "I'll give you $100 million, but I want 33% of your company." The actual investment was $20 million initially, growing to $200 million total. It became the most successful venture investment in history. When Yahoo went public in 2000, Sun's stake was worth over $10 billion at the peak. More importantly, it gave him the audacity to think in $100 billion terms. During the dot-com crash, when SoftBank's stock fell 99% and he lost $70 billion in paper wealth, he doubled down, telling his team, "We are not retreating. We are advancing in a different direction." Chapter 4. The Alibaba Miracle. Blind faith in a school teacher. In 1999, the same year as the Yahoo investment, Sun received a cold email from an unknown Chinese schoolteacher named Jack Ma, who was starting an e-commerce company called Alibaba. Ma's pitch was terrible. He had no business plan, no technology, just a grand vision of connecting Chinese manufacturers to the world. Sun met Ma in Tokyo. Within 5 minutes, he decided to invest. "I could see the fire in his eyes," Sun recalled. He had a brilliant vision, and he was a born leader. Against the advice of every single one of his executives. Sun invested $20 million for 34% of a company with no revenue, in a country with minimal internet penetration, run by someone with no business experience. When Alibaba went public in 2014, in history's largest IPO, that stake was worth $58 billion. It became the foundation of SoftBank's war chest and Sun's ultimate validation. Bet on visionaries, not spreadsheets. Chapter 5. The Vision Fund, a $100 billion quantum leap. By 2016, Sun was restless. SoftBank had become a sprawling telecom and investment conglomerate, but he saw the next revolution: artificial intelligence. He believed the companies that controlled data and AI would dominate the 21st century. And he needed blitzscaling, capital amounts so large that even Silicon Valley VCS couldn't provide. His plan was breathtaking in scale. Raise a $100 billion fund, larger than the entire global venture capital industry had raised in the previous 3 years combined. He presented his vision to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, who was looking to diversify the kingdom's oil wealth. Sun drew 2 graphs, one showing the exponential growth of computing power, another showing the linear growth of human IQ. "The intersection is coming," he declared. "We must own the companies at that intersection." In May 2017, the Vision Fund launched with $100 billion, $45 billion from Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, $28 billion from SoftBank itself, and the rest from Abu Dhabi, Apple, and others. Overnight, Sun had created a financial entity with more firepower than most countries' sovereign wealth funds. Chapter 6. The WeWork Catastrophe. When vision blinds reality, the Vision Fund's strategy was simple but radical. Identify potential category kings in tech sectors, then flood them with unprecedented capital to crush competition and achieve monopolistic scale. The fund wrote checks of $500 million, $1 billion, even $10 billion at a time. The most infamous bet was Sun met founder Adam Neumann in 2017. After a 12-minute presentation, Sun handed Neumann a napkin on which he'd written, $4 billion. 10A had dead, don't be crazy. Be crazy bigger. He pushed Neumann to grow faster, to think of WeWork not as an office subleasing company, but as a physical social network that would elevate the world's consciousness. WeWork's valuation soared to $47 billion, but when it filed for IPO in 2019, the world saw the reality: massive losses, dubious governance, and a business model that resembled a real estate company more than a tech unicorn. The IPO collapsed, Neumann was ousted, and SoftBank was forced to spend over $10 billion in a bailout. The Vision Fund wrote down its WeWork investment by over 90%. WeWork became the symbol of Vision Fund's excesses: too much capital, too little due diligence, and a dangerous cult of founder personality. Chapter 7. The bloodbath and resurrection surviving the winter 2022 brought the great tech reckoning. As interest rates rose, the paper fortunes of Vision Fund's portfolio evaporated. Uber, Didi, Grab-All Vision Fund, megabets saw their valuations collapse. By mid-2022, the Vision Fund reported $50 billion in losses across its 2 funds. SoftBank stock fell 60%. Critics declared Sun's model dead. The Financial Times ran the headline, "The End of the Masayoshi Sun Era." Sun responded with characteristic, dramatic flair. At a shareholder meeting, he displayed a slide showing a winter world of economic challenges, then a second slide, preparation for the next golden eggs. He admitted his failures with unusual public candor, bowing deeply in apology, then announced a dramatic shift to defense mode. He began selling assets including $14 billion from his cherished Alibaba stake to shore up SoftBank's balance sheet. The Vision Fund scaled back investments dramatically. Chapter 8. The AI Gambit. Betting everything on ChatGPT's creator. Just as the world wrote his obituary, Sun played his most dramatic card. In 2023, as the AI frenzy exploded with ChatGPT, it was revealed that SoftBank's Vision Fund owned a 25% stake in ARM, the British chip design company whose architecture powers 99% of the world's smartphones. Sun had acquired ARM in 2016 for $32 billion against universal skepticism. Now, With the AI revolution demanding ARM's energy-efficient designs, Sun took ARM public in 2023's largest tech IPO. ARM's valuation soared past $100 billion, delivering SoftBank a paper profit of over $30 billion. But Sun wasn't done. In early 2024, news broke that he was attempting to raise $100 billion for a new AI chip venture to compete with NVIDIA. The project, codenamed as Anagi after the Japanese god of creation, would be his largest, most ambitious bet yet, aiming to create the foundational hardware for artificial general intelligence. Epilogue. The man who sees 300 years ahead. Today, Masayoshi Son stands as one of the most paradoxical figures in business history. He has created and destroyed more shareholder value than perhaps any other individual. He has been right about every major technological shift: internet, mobile, AI, decades before others. Yet his implementation has been spectacularly erratic. His legacy is the Vision Fund, itself a financial experiment of such scale that it distorted global startup valuations for half a decade. It proved that too much capital can be as destructive as too little, but also that massive, concentrated bets can accelerate technological epics. In his famous 300-year plan presentation, Sun argues that true visionaries must think in centuries, not quarters. He believes humanity is transitioning from an information revolution to an intelligence revolution, where AI will solve climate change, disease, and resource scarcity. From a $10,000 arcade game import to commanding a $100 billion fund that reshaped global tech investment, Sun's story is the ultimate testament to the power of irrational ambition. It proves that in the pursuit of future-defining technologies, being wildly right once can forgive being catastrophically wrong dozens of times. The future, in Sun's view, belongs not to those who optimize the present, but to those who are willing to lose billions betting on a version of tomorrow that does yet exist.